Hey guys, it's Mark.
And it's Michelle.
And we're back for another episode of This is Mark and Michelle. And you wanted to start with yesterday I didn't get much sleep. Well, I should say Wednesday night over Thursday. And because doing detox, my senses were on high, and so the kitty scratching at the door woke me up. And so I couldn't go back to sleep after that. Well, when you're an NT, it is difficult to be tired and be an NT. When I was an Aspie, it was difficult to be tired, but I couldn't tell what it was. So I didn't know what the difficulties were, and the truth is, I still don't. And so, but as an NT, when you get tired, everything goes haywire, and your views about yourself and about life and about other people and that kind of thing. So I was kind of down yesterday on my life and myself, and so go ahead.
So I could feel where he was because I've been there. If you're an NT, you've been there. Nothing feels right. You feel like your life sucks and nothing's going right. And it's just because you're tired and you can't process correctly. So I put a message out on Facebook that Mark was having a rough day because I knew he would have a new experience. I really did. I knew it would be a new experience for him to feel support from others. So a lot of people,
about 40.
posted gifts, funny gifts, and gifts that matched his mood, and it was really great. So explain how that was different for you than ever.
Well, when I was an Aspie, people trying to cheer me up pissed me off, and it made me even worse.
Why?
And because it seemed to be, well, and NTs go through the same thing. It is a rejection of my current state. In other words, it's like snap out of it. And if I could have done that, to quote a meme I saw today, oh, thanks. I didn't even think about that. If I had thought about that, life would have been wonderful.
Hi,
right?
Nicole. Hi, Marlo.
And so that's how I felt as an Aspie. If I could have snapped out of it, I would have. But see, sometimes things aren't just mood. Same thing. Some things are more than that. You know, you hear people talk about depression. And thanks, Marlo. I do feel better now. Marlo says, oh, I missed it. I didn't see it. Hope you're better. I am. Thank you. And but you'll hear people talk about, you know, if you could snap out of mental illness, everybody'd be doing it.
Right.
Right? So just stop with the crap already. And that's how I felt as an Aspie.
Right.
Well, so yesterday when she posted that, I just happened to turn on Facebook and see that, and the grumpy part of me went, oh. But then
I knew there would be that reaction. Well, I risked it. I didn't know if I was going to get in trouble.
But you've always taken risks, and you've always won, okay? And so, as people posted things, kitty memes, and one guy posted a guy turning to 3/4 profile and looking with a strange, weird, bizarre, creepy smile. It improved my mood a lot. And so by the end of the evening, it really helped. I was still tired and tiny bit grumpy. They're playing. I sounded like my belt, except I'm wearing it, so it can't be that.
Okay.
But
the balls. They're finally playing with the balls.
They are. And not with their, but
with the.
That, right, there we go.
With the balls.
And English.
Right.
And they're having fun in there. So anyway, so it really improved my mood. I was still a tiny bit grumpy, but that's because I was only going on like 4 hours of sleep. But it was fun because, excuse me, I had 2 hours more of sleep last night than I did the previous night. So still yawning. But then another friend of ours here on Heal Your Autism posted about, she said, you'll never know how much the post that you made helped me through the hardest part of my life, and the fear and the terror that I had around my family, and autism diagnosis that she had gotten for her family, for her son. And that really made my day, because that showed how much I meant to someone else. And sometimes she does that. And so I feel that from her too. But that was all the support that I got from you guys, including you, Marlo, just now. Thank you very much. And I'll get more sleep to make it more worth your while. And but anyway, see, as an NT, I see why people need support.
Yeah.
Because you can feel support.
Yeah.
When I was autistic, I could not feel the support. It felt like meddling. It felt like people interfering in my life. It felt like people were controlling me. And now I totally get why NTs need support and why they give it so much. Sometimes I think some NTs give it way too much, but for the most part, it's well-intentioned and very needed. And which is why you see an outpouring of sympathy for disasters in other countries, you know. So compassion is what we all live for. But anyway, that's what we wanted to start off with today, and just to show how an experience is different from being autistic to being NT.
Right.
There's an NT buried under all that autism, and for those of you who get upset by that, that's okay, right? If you don't want to agree with it, you don't have to. But I'll tell you, your beliefs will make or break you. That is a personal guarantee. And so if you choose not to believe that, then you can be sure that your life is going to stay exactly the way it is now, and it won't get any better. All right. So moving on today to the glossary in Buried Alive, One Man's Journey Out of Autism.
Which is a free ebook at www.healyourautism.com.
Exactly. And we're going to continue on with detoxification.
So what we're doing is explaining terms, jargon, lingo in the autism community.
Mm-hmm. Well, in this case, more specifically, autism recovery. Because I think some of these things you wouldn't hear about in just the autism community.
True.
So
I wrote down things that I had put in the book that people might not know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it.
So today's first one is detoxification, the physiological or medicinal removal of toxic substances from a living organism, including the human body, which is mainly carried out by the liver. Now, a good point that this definition makes. Liver, right? Medical medium says your liver's backed up. Medical medium is right. How do I know? Because he says even more specifically, it's backed up with toxins and old dead bacteria and blood cells and viruses and heavy metals and things like that, and fat. Now, I know for a fact he's right on the fat. What were you going to say?
Pesticides.
Well, and pesticides.
And radiation.
And radiation. And so, how do I know? Because I was on the GAPS diet.
Hi, Kristen.
Yeah. Hey, Kristen, how are you? And thank you very much. Our friend Kristen says, hi, so proud of you guys. Well, we're proud of you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And, but Krista, yay! And our friend Krista joined. So after 2 years on the GAPS diet, it stopped working. Why? Because my liver got backed up. And you can tell because I got inflamed again. Notice I said again. I got inflamed again. I gained weight, and I started feeling worse. I felt great for about 1.5 to 2 years on the GAPS diet. Looked healthy, was healthy.
Yeah.
And or as healthy as I thought I was.
But your brain was not even close to where it is now.
It is not.
And it was not going to go there.
Medical medium is right in that sense. And so then we had to do detoxification. When we found the medical medium in January of 2018, we started the 28-day cleanse, which we carried on for another week. And so, and it's important to note that we did the heavy metal detox smoothie Did we do celery juice?
Yeah.
Okay, celery juice. We did salads,
Yeah.
big salads,
Good salads.
lots of those, and potatoes. No fat.
I don't think we did potatoes during
Maybe we didn't. Maybe we
because
didn't.
that is not part of the detox.
That would be too much detox now.
Well, it
Maybe
it
too much
slows
detox.
detox, but it kills viruses.
Mhm. Well, no, I'm not talking about the potatoes.
Oh.
I'm talking about the 28-day cleanse. That was some serious. That was some serious detox.
Serious detox.
That's detoxing viruses. That's detoxing bacteria. That's detoxing heavy metals. Detoxing of pesticides and other chemicals and dead blood cells and old dead this and that and dinosaurs and whatever else. And so detox is clearing out crap in you so that you work properly. And your liver, if it's backed up, it isn't working properly.
Well, and then it'll just start storing it on your body in other places, and it'll look like you're gaining weight, but it's actually detox that can't get filtered because the liver's too busy.
Well, and I have been successful in doing 3 days so far of no fat. No fat. And I started losing weight in the second day. So today's the third day. I'm going to continue on as long as I can. I can probably continue this on out to as far as I need to. But the difference is, I think you have to stop eating fat for your liver to defat.
Right.
To detox.
Right. So,
and while that sounds difficult, it requires some discipline.
It's
You're right,
really hard.
So
that's why we move on to things like the next thing
that
will help you
because you
with
have
your food
beliefs
demons.
and well, demons. Let's go with that,
Food
right?
demons.
Little beliefs and practices and emotions that haunt you. All right, and because we all have cultural food practices, we all have cultural food beliefs. We use food to comfort ourselves. Animals use food to comfort themselves. One of our little guys was sick last week, and when he could, he'd eat food to feel better. So, and you can see that. You can see that happen. The next word is emotional freedom technique, or as we call it, EFT.
You've heard us talk about this before.
And some people call it tapping. But it's often referred to as a psychological acupressure. The technique works by releasing blockages within the energy system of the body, which are the source of emotional intensity and discomfort. These blockages in our energy system, in addition to challenging us emotionally, often lead to limiting beliefs and behaviors and an inability to live life harmoniously. Now, all of that being said, basically what it's saying is you tap on acupressure points to move energy out of your body that's been stuck there for years or decades or a lifetime. And it does. And
cravings can be stuck, and you can tap on cravings.
Mm-hmm. And because usually it's you feel you have a need for something. And so if you work on getting rid of the need, feeling the need for something, or even the feeling of needing it, you're going to move that out sooner or later. And and the tapping only takes a few minutes, but there's usually numerous beliefs around a big block like that you have to get rid of, and you can use the EFT for that. So, and you've seen us do it. I think we've probably done 2 or 3 episodes on tapping, or at least on energy medicine, which we've used extensively in healing. And it can help you with physical healing.
I'm starting to think maybe Mark has gotten the results he's gotten because he's removed beliefs that make him think that he can't do it.
Right.
Because really, it's what you believe. So Mark used EFT to help him believe that he could do some of the things that he's been able to do. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the beeps.
The potatoes were.
The potatoes are ready.
They're letting us know they're setting up a flare. But all right. But EFT is one of the techniques we've used. Emotional freedom technique, it's called, and it's just a way to move stuck energy out of you. And emotion is energy. It's a form of it. And the word emotion comes from ex moto, to move out. It's Latin. That's what that means. Emotional intelligence. All right, that's the next word. The capability of individuals to recognize their own emotions and those of others. discern between different feelings and label them appropriately, use emotional information to guide thinking and behavior, and manage and or adjust emotions to adapt to environments or achieve one's goals. Fairly long definition, but basically it's saying what I wasn't able to do when I was autistic.
Right.
And what it's saying, I'll just list it quickly, is it's people's ability to use their own emotions to help guide their thinking and decision making, and to be able to understand other people's emotions as well as their own, and manage and adjust their emotions to environments to achieve their goals. Right? So in other words, it's emotions, learning to use your emotions as tools. And I'd say that's probably a good, accurate assessment of it, because I didn't have much emotional intelligence when I was autistic. I couldn't, right? Because of the condition called alexithymia. Do all autistic people have alexithymia? It doesn't sound like it, but I definitely did. So emotional intelligence is the ability to use your emotions and communicate with your emotions, and to read other people's emotions and to use them to help you get to your goals. So,
and if you want to read more about these, I have links
exactly
in the glossary.
In the glossary, under each one of these definitions.
There's a link for each one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This was Mark's word.
This is one I came up with. Emotional landscape. This might be called context, what people refer to as context, but I think context,
I like the visualness of the landscape.
Context isn't descriptive enough, I don't think. Emotional landscape. The prevailing temperament of a local social group or situation can also be applied to a larger collection of social groups and their physical locations in a room. Because each social group in a room isn't going to be doing the same thing, doing the same emotion. They're going to be talking about different things. They're going to be feeling in different ways. If there were bunches of groups of kids in a big high school gym, you could go to each group and they would all be emotionally different. That's what I mean by that. And the landscape is what prevailing emotion or emotions are going on in each group. Emotional vocabulary. Range of separate emotions that are expressible by an individual, or expressed by, either way. Emotional vocabulary to me is a lot like verbal vocabulary, in the sense that you have thousands of different words you can use to communicate with. And an emotional vocabulary is literally the feeling of individual emotions that allow you to understand something or to express something. And I think, and for me, when I was autistic, I only had two: anger and frustration. And I happened to be talking to a friend at work, and I said, well, when I was autistic, that was the only two emotions I had. And she goes, those are still the two biggest ones for you. And well,
it is.
Well, it is. And I told her, I said, well,
you have a good neural net for that.
I said, well, that's true. I said, but that's because it's been 51 years of maintaining and supporting those particular neural networks. And I said, those just don't go away in a few days, or a few weeks, or a few years. It's a lifetime of that. And I said, but she always feels that for me, as do most people at work.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to note that she noticed that. But she's also a mother of a 16-year-old, so she's probably used to that somewhat. All right, emotional vocabulary. Now mine has gotten much wider, would you say?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And
just look at what happened yesterday.
Well, gratitude for the support,
Mm-hmm.
Feeling good because other people felt good enough to make me feel better about life.
Well, you probably felt that other people had been where you were, so you weren't alone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that?
I didn't stop to think about that. But
well,
I'm sure
some of those gifts were like how you felt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so.
Right. And so my emotional vocabulary has definitely widened. It's the emotions that you use to express how you feel. All right, empath.
Do you want to wait for tomorrow? It's 20 minutes.
Oh, well, you when I said that. So, all right, guys, we will stop here until tomorrow, and which will start with empath, and continue with the celery juice, continue with the heavy metal detox smoothie, continue on with the lemon water, and go to www.healyourautism.com, and you can download our free ebook, Buried Alive, One Man's Journey Out of Autism. After you read that, you know you're going to start the healing journey. So you go to the next page, and we've got our book that you can purchase called Heal Your Autism's Do-It-Yourself Guide. Healing begins in your kitchen.
That's www.healyourautism.com/buy the book. BUY.
Exactly. That's if you want to just jumpstart Buried Alive, jump past, leapfrog that, and go right on to healing. And then we do coaching as well, because you're going to need that even on your healing journey. And so we do one-on-one or group coaching, and you can sign up for that on the next page right after you purchase the book. So and you get a bunch of freebies for the book as well. Oh, and the coaching for that matter. So, all right, guys, anything else
Or you can send us a message.
You can. Either way, to sign up.
We are approachable.
Yes.
Talk to us.
Well, a lot of people do, fortunately.
Yeah, we got a lot of people talking to us.
All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye.